Alright, what's up? Postal 268 here. Sorry it's been a long time since I've uploaded anything, just been a little busy. So, as you all know, they've officially started releasing some of the Red Eyes support. So, I thought I'd go ahead and upload a new profile using the new card. So, first we'll go over the monsters. We'll go over the normals first. We'll run a 1 Labradorite Dragon, which is a level 6 tuner. Pretty good. 2 Red Eyes Black Dragons, they're level 7. And 3 Galaxy Serpent, level 2 tuners. Now of course, if you haven't seen my videos, the main focus of the deck is to spam these 2 on the field to make Azures, which are level 9. Once you make the Azures, you XZs into them. Now Labradorite's in there because they have a lot of level 3s, so of course you can use Labradorite level 3 to make another level 9 Synchro Cloud Castle, which then will spam Azure back from the graveyard. But essentially the entire deck is focused around these cards. It's the most important cards. Next are the effect monsters. We'll go over the singles. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. He's pretty dope. You can just banish any dragon off your field and special summon him, and then every turn, his effect, you can special summon 1 dragon from your hand or graveyard. Whoops. Next is Light Pulsar Dragon. You can either normal summon him, he's level 5, or you can special summon him by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard. When he dies, by effect or battle, you can special summon a level 5 or higher dark dragon, which of course works really good with Darkness Metal. It's the old Chaos Dragon loop. We have Eclipse Wyvern, and when Eclipse Wyvern goes to the graveyard, you can banish any level 7 light or dark dragon from your deck. And then when Eclipse Wyvern is banished, you get to add that card to your hand, which is really good to search for Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Alright, last single, Kidmodo Dragon. It's pretty handy if you got something like a Foolish Burial or whatever. Send him to the graveyard and it'll just special summon any dragon from your hand, but with the penalty of no battle phase, and you can only special summon dragons for the rest of the turn. But I do hit this a lot on the first turn. And oh, this is the last single. This is White Dragon Wyverburster. You can only special summon it by banishing a dark monster from the graveyard. When he is sent to the graveyard, then you can add a black dragon, Collapse Serpent, I guess I say that. And he's basically the same exact thing, but you banish a light monster to summon him. And I only run 1 of the light one and 2 of the dark ones, because the dark ones are the most important. I mainly use these to banish Eclipse Wyvern and to speed up the deck a little bit. Next, I have 2 Carbonodons. If these are in the graveyard, you can banish him and special summon any level 7 or lower normal dragon from your deck straight to the field in defense position. And since all the normal dragons are under level 7 or level 7, works pretty good. And those are dinosaurs, so I usually use Mathematician to send them to the graveyard. Everybody knows Mathematician. When he's normal summoned, you can send a level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the grave, and if he dies by battle, you get to draw a card. Alright, next to the spells. Singles are Soul Charge. Pay 1,000 life points per, and special summon as many monsters as you want from the graveyard. And you just can't conduct the battle phase that turn. But this is really OP card. Next, DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Discard a card, special summon a banished monster, and equip this card to him. Burial from the Different Dimension. Just send any 3 banished monsters back to the graveyard. Really useful for recycling carbons. Foolish Burial. Send any monster from your deck to the graveyard. That is just extremely handy because the majority of this deck you want cards in the graveyard. Unexpected Die. You mainly want to open with this. If you control no monsters, you can immediately special summon a level 4 lower normal monster from your deck. So if you opened with both Foolish Burial and Unexpected Die, you're in good shape. Unexpected Die first, you can pull out Galaxy Serpent, then use Foolish Burial to send Carbon to the graveyard, banish Carbon, special summon Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then synchro into Azure. We run 2 Forbidden Lances. You target a monster, it's unaffected by any other spell and traps for the rest of the turn, and it loses 800 attack, so it has a double a double purpose there. You can either drop opponent's monster's attack to prevent yours from being destroyed by battle, or you can protect your monsters from traps and spells. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. These just need to go in every deck. Destroy a spell or trap card on the field. 2 Dragon's Mirror. Banish the materials for fusion summoning of a dragon from your graveyard or field, and then fusion summon. I use these for First of Dragons. First of Dragons just needs any 2 normal monsters, so pretty handy there. And it's level 9 like Azir. 2 Silver's Cry. Just special summon a, you can only use this once per turn. Special summon a normal monster from your, or dragon type normal monster from your graveyard. Very handy. And then 3 Dragon Shrines. Send a dragon from your deck to the graveyard. If it's a normal dragon, you get to send another dragon. Very useful. You can send Red Eyes Black Dragon, then send Eclipse Wyvern. And then of course Eclipse Wyvern's effect will activate. Or you could send Red Eyes Black Dragon and then send Kid Moto, and Kid Moto's effect will activate. So lastly, the traps. I've been using more traps lately. I just found it actually is just pretty handy having some traps instead of just Royal Decree, because Decree was just too easy to get through since everybody runs both Galaxy Cyclone and MSTs now, so it's just really hard to keep continuous ones on the field. But 2 Breakthrough Skill. And what Breakthrough Skill is you activate it, negate a monster's effect, and then you can also, during your turn, banish it from the graveyard and negate a monster's effect. 2 Dark Bribe. You activate this, you can negate the activation of a spell or trap card, but your opponent gets to draw 1 card, so save these for just a time you really need to stop them. And then the newest addition, the new Red Eyes support card, Return of the Red Eyes, which is extremely useful in this deck. It says here, if you control a Red Eyes monster except Red Eyes Black Chick, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard except Red Eyes Black Chick and special summon it. You can only use the effect of Red Eyes once per turn, but the nice thing is that you can use this during your turn or your opponent's turn. Everyone seems to think that this is like Call the Haunted. It is not. This does not equip to the monster. It is just you can just use it every turn. It's more like the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator card. And since the majority of this deck is based around normal dragons, it's extremely useful. So finally, go over the extra deck, which will explain. I will skip the XZs and explain why I have those. And we'll go over the first ones that is the only 2 that can't be created using Red Eyes. Samsara, Dragon of Rebirth. When he is destroyed by your opponent, you can special summon a monster from either your opponent's graveyard or your graveyard. And that includes effect or battle. You can only use this effect once per turn though. And he's really good to loop with Light Pulsar because he's a level 5 Dark Dragon. Light Pulsar special summons level 5 Dark Dragons when he's destroyed. So this is destroyed, pull back Light Pulsar gets destroyed, pulls this back. Next is Goyo Guardian. And you just use any level 4 monster in Galaxy Serpent pretty much to make this, and it's just a staple. If you destroy opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon that monster to your field in defense position. These are just cards I use whenever I'm not getting a good hand. The next 3, flip these around, are 3 Azure Eyes Silver Dragons. These are the backbone of the deck. You are focusing on summoning these, because when they're summoned, no dragons on your field can be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So it's really good protection. And during your standby phase, each one of these can bring back a normal monster. So these are good to just keep putting more monsters on your field and keep synchroing. Then I have 3 Cloud Castle. When these are synchro summoned, they're level 9. They'll special summon back any level 9 monster from your graveyard, which you can do Azure Eyes. Azure Eyes effect will activate whether or not it's synchro summoned. It's just special summoned, period. And usually what I do is all the XZs are rank 9. So we use the synchros to go into the XZs. The last synchro monster I have here is Star Eater. This is another one, if you're in a bind, you can just pull back Galaxy Serpent and use Azure and Galaxy Serpent to make Star Eater. It says here it must be synchro summoned and can't be special summoned by any other way. This card, synchro summoned, cannot be negated and when it's synchro summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. If this card attacks, it is unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. And it's 3,200 attack. This is just a good backup if you're in a bind and you need to attack over something. It's pretty easy to pull out with this deck, and I do it quite often. The fusions are also level 9 and 2 First of Dragons. Must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only control 1 First of Dragons. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, except by battle with a normal monster, and he is unaffected by other monster effects. This is a good defender, and it's good because you can still use it to go into your XZs. So now we'll go into the main focus of the deck, the XZs. First one is the easy one. It's just another sort of backup card. Any 2 level 9 monsters, and once per turn it can detach an XZ's material and then activate one of these different effects. You can either banish 1 card your opponent controls, banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand, banish 1 card from their graveyard, or banish the top card of their deck face up. And the really handy thing about this guy is he doesn't target either. Which, though, if you're not careful and you have him on the field and somebody big eyes him, then you're screwed because it'll get through a 0. Next is number C107, Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. He takes 3 level 9 monsters. You can detach a material and it'll negate all face-up cards on the field's effects, and your opponent can no longer activate effects on the field. He has a secondary effect, but it only really works if you went into this guy the correct way instead of just overlaying 3 level 9 monsters, so its secondary effect is irrelevant. Then I usually overlay on top of him number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon, but you don't have to because he also takes 3 level 9 monsters. Everybody knows Dark Matter, he was just released, but when he is XZ summoned, you can, when he is XZ summoned, you can send any 3 dragons from your deck to the graveyard, and then your opponent has to banish 3 cards from their deck. Then you can detach 1 material and he can attack twice that turn if he's attacking monsters. That's pretty handy. And then I've also got another one, takes 3 level 9s, number 92 Heart Earth Dragon. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent takes all damage you would have taken. At the end of your opponent's turn, you can detach 1 material, and every card that he summoned or set that turn will be banished. If this card is destroyed while it has material, then it will special summon itself and gain 1000 attack for every banished card, period. This is extremely OP, but I usually don't go into it until after I've pulled out Dark Matter, because it locks down Azure. If you use it making Azure, the materials are stuck there till the end of your opponent's turn. I like to use the Galaxy ones because I can detach the material immediately and usually use another effect to special summon Azure, which will then protect these guys. And I'll go into a little video after this of a finished turn where I used both of these, and I used his effect of being destroyed to my advantage. I'll go ahead and go over the side deck. You do whatever you want in the side deck. This is just one I threw together really fast. 2 Flying Seas. Your opponent special summons a monster. Special summon this to their field. They can't XZ summon. 2 Artifact Lancias. Pretty much at any point you can just discard it and your opponent cannot banish cards the rest of the turn. Well, actually, no one can banish cards for the rest of the turn. It's a good Necros side there. Natura Beast is also my Necros side. I can use DNA Transplant, make everything Earth, and then synchro into Natura Beast, which Natura Beast can, during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard and negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. And of course, DNA Transplant is just a continuous trap card that'll make everything on the field an attribute of your choice, because he requires all Earth to be made. 2 Royal Decree, if I'm going against a really trap-heavy deck. I used to main that, but not anymore. Of course, a 3rd Breakthrough skill, in case I'm going against Necros or something. I take out some MSTs. Dark Hole, the spell, in case, that's also another Necros side, because Dijinlock sucks. I would like a Regeki, but I don't own Regeki. My 3rd MST, just because you always need 3 MSTs, but since I run 2 Dark Bribe, I don't main 3 MST. But then 3 Spell Shattering Arrow for the Klee, the Qwilfert matchup there. Don't laugh at me. Anyways, these will destroy any face-up spell cards, and their opponent will take all 500 damage for each one. They'll only destroy your opponent's face-up spell cards. It's good actually really against any Pendulum deck. So, leave a comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. Just tell me what you think. Tell me if you like the deck, or you've been using it locals or something. You think it's working pretty well for you. I'm going to go ahead and show you some kind of really shoddily footage I took on my phone of an intern. But, yep, that'll be it, and it's been Postal 268. Thanks for watching.